Hi everyone, my name is Mo Dele. I'm an attorney, digital product creator, and community builder. Today we're going to be talking about how to make extra income from skills you already have. The reason I'm starting in consulting is because it is my favorite thing to do. My consulting practice makes me a good amount of money that I am comfortable, living the kind of life I want to live. I'm flexible with where I want to live, where I want to travel to, just because I have set up this consulting practice. Now, why consulting? Number one, there's a low barrier to entry. You can literally start today. Number two, you don't have to sell products. I do not like selling products. Number three, you can do it at your own pace. Number four, you get to keep most of the money you make. The thing about consulting is that you could be anything. You could be a tech consultant, you could be an event consultant, you could be anything you literally want to be. For people who are signed up to my newsletter, I did talk about this and I said one of the major hacks for consulting is you need to pick a niche. And what I mean by that is instead of you saying that you're a business consultant, which is fantastic, right? Like, what kind of businesses do you help? Do you help businesses that are pre-revenue? Do you help businesses that are post-revenue? Those are the kind of things that set you apart. If you kind of like specify and say, this is the kind of businesses I help, it helps me to trust you better. I've said this countless times. The more niche and focused you are, the more people trust you. And people sometimes think that if I go narrower, it's going to reduce my clientele. That's not true. The narrower you go, the better for you. And then the second thing is referrals. Referrals are the lifeblood of your consulting business. For everybody who wants to start a consulting business, the first thing I always say is the only thing you need is one client. Once you get your first client, you make sure that you deliver exponential value to that client, right? Like, these are things that are not new. Once you deliver exponential value to that particular client, that client is going to love you to the extent that anybody that needs your service, they are going to refer that person to you. So what that means is once you get one person to fall in love with you, you have opened that person's network to yourself. So every time anybody in that person's network needs somebody to consult or needs a service that you provide, they would definitely recommend you. So basically, referrals are the lifeblood of your consulting business. Another thing is that you have to have a system of referrals. You can't just say, oh, refer me. You need to have a system. Are you giving clients or prospective clients an incentive to make referrals? Like, what are you doing? Are you consciously asking them during the onboarding process or the offboarding process? And what I mean by an offboarding process is after I have a consulting client, after we're done, I reach out to them and I ask them about the process and then the service and say, were you satisfied with the service? What did you think about the service? And after asking for feedback, I'm like, would you refer my services to somebody else? It plants that seed in their mind. So even if they were not thinking about it, just because I asked them that question, I've prompted them to refer. So that's my own system of referral and it works for me. Now, some people are shy. They're like, oh, I'm starting a business. Who do I tell? How do I get clients? Your clients are your immediate networks. Do not shy away from selling to your family and friends. Do not shy away from it. And even if everybody around me is poor, they don't have money, they won't pay. That's fine. It doesn't really matter because those people around you also know people. I'm getting really passionate about this because I didn't realize it at first. I was shy. I'm like, if I now go and tell people that I'm doing this thing, they'll be like, Mo, what's she doing? So I totally get that reluctance. But the truth is that is your immediate network. You need to be able to tell people around you that this is what you do. So when you think about it, think about how people make referrals to you and then walk backwards from there. When people make referrals to you, they tell you things like, oh, my sister-in-law has a store that sells this. And the only reason why they know that their sister-in-law does that is because their sister-in-law has put that business in their face. So your immediate network is your bread and butter for the first few months that you start your consulting practice. Tell people what you're doing. Let them know. Don't hide it. If you hide, how will people find you? One is your niche. Make sure that you niche down and think about it. Another thing is your referrals. Make sure you have a system of referrals. And then another critical thing I said is that your immediate network is very, very important. Consulting is something you can start today, tomorrow, whenever you want to start it. Thank you for watching. If you found this useful, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. Thank you.